Live from the Kathy and Morgan Wooten Gymnasium, it's DeMatha basketball. Tonight the DeMatha Stags 19-4 take on the Knights of St. Mary's Riken, coming up from Leonardtown, Maryland, to take on our Stags tonight in a very chilly, maybe a pre-snow day. Who knows?
We can only hope.
We can only
hope, because if there's ice and snow in the morning, for me, it's all about the safety of the children. God forbid anyone would be hurt. There'll be problems waiting for them on Thursday morning when they come into class.
I can only imagine. So tonight the DeMatha Stags take on St. Mary's Riken, a Riken team that's kind of been up and down throughout the year. Has shown some flashes, has had some games, just like a normal WCAC. Somebody that one night, if you play them the right way, you don't shoot well, like we did the other night against Ironton, give them a shot to win.
What I see, I went and I looked at their schedule. They had some bad losses early in the year. Walter Booth coaching here, local guy, went to Gonzaga for a couple of years, went to the Heights, played AAU actually with Steve Danley, Shaka Dickerson, some DeMatha guys, good guy, trying to build a program. So early on, some adjustment period. They lost in December to Gonzaga by 50 points.
Okay.
All right? But then coming back, they lose to Paul VI by 11. Gonzaga beats them by about 16. At Paul VI, 16. They beat McNamara, which has got to be a huge win for them. Certainly that's a school that maybe comes closest to bordering them. They beat Riverdale Baptist, another school maybe they're battling with for players, a little bit of competition there. So they're improving. They're 3-9 in the league, so they're kind of in that middle spot. The way our playoffs work with 10 teams, right? The last 4 are going to play off. So if they can maybe jump ahead, they're a game or two behind Carroll, who's really improved. But certainly, if you can get to that, you got 7, 8, 9, 10. Those games, they're in the playoffs, but we call them playing games. You want to get past that if you can't get to that 6th place.
We talked about it earlier. You get to the playoffs, and we're almost there. We're really less than 2 weeks away from really tipping off here. The Stags have a game against McNamara, and then what seems like a road week where they're playing at Gonzaga, at Paul VI, and then they'll finish here for the home finale against Good Counsel. So we're down to 5 games left in a season, and you look at the things that the people are doing, and you look at the standings, and if you haven't looked at the WCAC standings and gone there, what you'll notice is Carroll, who traditionally has been a team that played in the 9-10 game, except for they had a nice little run where they had the kid that went to Syracuse, and they had a couple guards in a situation, but they now are sitting in the 6th spot in our league.
I think that's one of those teams nobody wants to play. They got the good big guy inside, and they get the freshman who's tough as nails. They just asked St. John's about him, who got away with a controversial win the other day down there.
Right.
Last year, Carroll didn't win a league game. So now they're in the hunt, and actually, if things were to end right now, they'd be in that 6th spot.
They're in the 6th spot.
They would be playing DeMatha.
Right, 6th spot. So, definitely somebody I don't think, obviously with DeMatha having a big man, I think they're suited a lot more to play a team like Carroll. That being said, I don't think anybody wants to play anybody. You got to play all 3 to win it.
That's
but
right. And what's neat this year is we're going to go back to the first, after the playing games, there'll be the quadruple header down at Gallaudet. Where the 8 teams that are remaining will all play that one day. The girls will actually be here.
What I will call the best $5 you can spend or $10 you can save is that. We're going to go down to the courtside to hear the invocation by Father Damien, along with the pep band, and performed by Matt Bickle to give the national anthem.
Between the visiting Knights of St. Mary's Riken and the DeMatha Stags. At this time, we would ask everyone to please rise for our opening prayer to be led by Father Damien. Following the invocation, please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem to be performed by the DeMatha Pep Band under the direction of Matt Bickle. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
victims of international war and violence. We pray that the Lord will guard them in the palm of his hand and return them safely to their families and homes. Finally, lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. St. John the Baptist. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Pimpin. And now let's meet the starting lineups for both squads. First, let's start with the visiting Knights of St. Mary's Rankin. Starting at guard, number 2, D'Angelo Tullo. At forward, number 3, Michael Sumner. At forward, number 4, Nathan Eccles. At center, number 23, Alfred Brunas. And at guard, number 10, Winston Tabbs. The assistant coaches for Rankin are Cedric Holbrook, Darius Hyman, Cal Wyrich, Sholape Oriola, Lovell Lee, and Arthur Flood. And now for the DeMatha Stags. Starting at guard, number 2, Justin Ewan. At guard, number 1, Jameer Young. At center, number 24, Hunter Nicholson. At guard, number 12, Josh Ross. And at forward, number 23, Carson Kodelman. The assistant coaches.
So let's reset those starting lineups for the St. Mary's Riken Knights, led by, as Coach mentioned, Walter Booth. Number 2, senior D'Angelo Tull. Number 3, sophomore Michael Sumner. Number 4, seniors Leanne Eccles. Number 10, senior Winston Tabbs. And number 23, senior Apreen Kunitz. That's, I think, how they said it. For the Stags, they will start number 2, senior Justin Geelan. Number 12, junior Josh Wallace. Number 24, sophomore Hunter Dickinson. Number 23, junior Carson Koldnig. And I missed one.
Koganuk,
Number
Wallace,
1, number
Dickinson,
1, Jameer Young.
Jameer
Jr.
Young.
I almost did it perfect without any paper. Trying to test my mental skills.
Stags with a lot of firepower on the bench. Justin Moore has been out sick. He was in school today, but he's in street clothes. And also Earl Timberlake is in street clothes down the end of the bench.
I don't remember the last time we were at full strength. It might be a month.
It's been a while. Started with Hunter and kind of moved on from there.
Koldnick goes baseline into Dickinson. Dickinson puts up, shot goes out of bounds, and surprisingly no call there.
Nice drive by Karsten. Dropped it off to Hunter. Just kind of knocked it away.
Young into Hunter. Hunter puts it up. No good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up again. Got a foul. Looks like it's going to be on 23.
Servet Cornez. They have in parentheses Alp. So we're going to go with Alp for the rest of the game.
Alfred is what I hear. This might be what they're calling him.
Yeah, he's from Turkey. He's committed to go to University of Denver.
Okay. Didn't know Denver had a basketball team. I know they had gotten big in lacrosse and in hockey.
Actually, I think ex-DeMatha coach Marty Fletcher had coached that there for a while, and at one point was coaching both the guys and the girls team.
It's a good way to patch your stats.
But it's difficult if they do the boys and girls game the way they do in WCAC because you're at different sites.
That's Tabs over on the wing. Alfred puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down to number 3. That's Sumner. Gives it over to Alfred. Alfred puts it up off the glass. 2-1. Riken in the lead.
Stags leaking out a little bit again. They're relying on Hunter to get every rebound. You know, we got to box out.
Tull's guarding Wallace. Tull's been a starter all 4 years here at Riken.
He's averaging about 10 a game. Leading scorer is Tab, 14-9. He's going to Boston College.
Young dribbles, good fake. Gets his man off his mean over to Gielan. Gielan 4-3. No good. Rebound comes down to Alfred. Gives it up to Tull. Tull back to Alfred, 4-3. No good. Rebound comes down to Colding. Young will push across the timeline. 6:29. Stags trail 2-1. Wallace into Dickinson.
Stags in that 4-around-1 look.
Spins, puts it up, shot off the glass. Almost forced it, knocked it down. Nice move. Good, strong move by Hunter.
Looks like St. Mary's Riken's going to let Al battle one-on-one. They didn't normally teams send a second player at Hunter, try and get him to kick it out.
Tall shot, no good. Hunter comes down with it. Outlet to Young. Long dribble, spins,
nice
puts
move.
it up off the glass. Nice move. Count 2 points. Jameer Young.
Both teams looking to push it a little bit.
Tabs the BC commit, dribbles. Has Wallace guarding him. Tull now with it. Gives it up. Sumner. Sumner to Tabs. Tabs at the elbow, knocks it down, 5-4.
Nice little screen. Tabs curled in, a little baby jumper, 15-footer.
Young crosses the timeline with 1 to spare. To Gielan. Colnick. Young 4-3. Good aggressive shot by him.
Well, Young's got to be feeling up for the game. He was wearing the other color jersey last year.
Shot no good. Rebound comes down. Young on the side to Wallace. Wallace gets a foul.
Nice job. Even though we're down a couple of players with illness or whatever is holding those guys out, we still got to be deeper than this team. So I think we want to continue to push tempo. The nice thing is St. Mary's Riken is also pushing tempo.
Short. Wallace didn't get his legs underneath him there.
Morton used to always say, over the front rim. Over the front rim.
Bends knees, knocks it down. 9-4 Stags in the lead. 4:47 remaining.
Actually, I looked on the screen here at Facebook Live. Wendy Norris she's watching the game. I'm not used to her not being in the game.
Normally we say such good things about her during the broadcast too. We'll have to continue that.
I think tonight we go silent on that.
Okay. Young, big time dunk by him. Timeout. St. Mary's Riken.
Again, Stags out on the break. I think it's hard for them to cover the whole floor. All right, good pitch ahead.
Halftime guest tonight for the Coach's Corner.
It's the one you've been waiting for.
It's the one you've been waiting for.
Coach Matt Revkin will be coming on. And actually, not only will he talk about, his career here at DeMatha and his role as assistant AD, helping Ed King with everything, but everything we do here, the video broadcasting class, he's the guy who started it. And he was telling me a little bit before the game about how that started. And because it's not like he had a particular background in this or something like that. He was at an AD's meeting, and, well, I'll let him tell the story. But this is baby. First class had 7 guys in it. We've got over 50 now.
2 classes, I believe. 2 sections.
Classes, and everything we do other than the adults on the mic, it's done by the students. What a wonderful experience.
And those are only the varsity games where the adults. If you go to the JV game or a freshman game, those are students that are doing those broadcasts.
And I'll let Matt talk about some of the other things we're doing, the other things that we broadcast. Big day coming up tomorrow.
Dickinson with the rebound. Wallace in the corner to Carson. Carson, no shot. Rebound comes down to Tull. Tull stutter steps, puts the shot up. Changes arc by Dickinson, gets his own rebound. That's number 4, Leanne Eccles.
We got beat off the dribble. Anytime Hunter goes to help and contest a shot, it leaves us open for the offensive rebound. That's when the other guys have to get in there and help the helper.
Wallace dribbles. Over to Carson. Shot is good. Nice touch.
I'm not saying I'd be 100%, but when I watch the balance that he has when he shoots the ball, I can pretty much tell whether or not it's going in. Legs underneath him, he's good. A little bit quick, it's flat, it doesn't go in.
Couple subs checking in the table. See Devin Richmond about to check in for the Stags. And looks like Jamil Melvin also going to check in for the Stags. Tab shot nicely done. That's a 2.
Got that nice mid-range game. Not all the guys can do that off the dribble with the pull-up.
Down to Geelan inside to Dickinson. Dickinson's got a man on his back, kicks it back to Geelan for 3.
Nice job by Hunter. Waited to get the reaction from Geelan's man. He committed. Geelan knocks down the open 3.
Ball out of bounds, and it will be Stags basketball.
17-8. Stags are up. 2:39 to go in the quarter.
Tell you what, it's been a while since we've seen the Stags shoot this well from the three-point line.
Well, so often it's a matter of, do you get good shots?
Yeah.
We've had a couple great looks, and actually I think Justin missed his first one, which was a real good one, but we've knocked down like 3 now. We're going to shoot a high percentage when they're good looks.
Wallace goes right at the limb. Nice job. Right by the freshman, McCoy.
Good screen by Jamel out top, and no help.
Inside, spins, McCoy goes up at Melvin, gets his own rebound, puts it right back up. 2 points for the freshman.
Good help by Jamel, but you got to stick with it and close out the possession.
Young dribble, spins. Skip pass to Wallace. Richmond was going to flash in the baseline, decided not to. Wallace will reset the offense at the top. Gives it over to Young. Young uses Melvin for a screen. Kicks it to Wallace. Wallace, one more pass to Richmond. Richmond for 3. No good. Rebound comes down to Kolnig. Puts it up. Gets his own rebound.
Carson, nice job. Missed the first one. Stayed with it. Tipped in the second one. 21-10 Stags. Minute and a half to go in the quarter.
Moses Malone type play there.
That's exactly what I was thinking. How can you not look at Carson and think it's the second coming of Moses?
Puts it up off the glass. Rebound comes down to Melvin.
Stags pushing it again. Got to get better floor balance.
Wallace will reset the offense again. See Wallace enjoying or getting more comfortable as it goes. Richmond puts it up off the glass. Jump shot, kind of expected contact, I think. And we'll get a charge here. Nope, it'll be a block on Melvin. Turned late.
He was there for the taking. He was in pretty good position, but he didn't fall like he was taking a charge. Last drive by Richmond, good drive, but the other Stags got caught. Watch it. Somebody comes over to help. You got a chance for an offensive rebound. The last thing you want to do is hug the three-point line at that time. He wasn't passing. He was shooting the ball. Either get back on defense or go get an offensive rebound.
To having a kid that plays a lot at full speed, you just watched him kind of slow down there and expect the contact.
Yeah, still a shot he's got to make. He's a big, strong kid. He's athletic. He got inside. Certainly, I don't think he was bothered by anybody contesting it.
So checking back in the game is Hunter Dickinson. Also in the game now is Paul Smith.
Paul's been slowly moving up the substitution roster a little bit, playing a little bit more. He's been a little more physical. He's done a good job contesting some of the better posts in the league.
Wallace dribbles, skip pass to Young. Young for 3, no good. Rebound by Wallace. Good job, attacks the basket, puts it up, no good. Out of bounds, and it will be Riken basketball.
Tough luck for the Stags. Good drive by Josh, missed the chippy. Stags, we had a couple of guys after it on the rebound, just couldn't hold it in. 41 seconds to go.
And thank you for listening wherever you're watching us at. Be it Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, or the DeMatha National High School Federation page. Pass is a travel, and it will be Stags basketball. 21-10 here, first quarter.
Now, one thing to keep in mind, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, the scoreboard's not there. If you go to the National Federation one, that link, which is on our website, you get in there, then you get the score and the time.
That is correct. Don't get the interaction with you, though, if you're not on Facebook Live.
Well, I can keep track of who's watching, who's checked out. Joe C. Joe Carroll is there. Joe's a faithful watcher.
Galen dribbles. Puts it up, shot no good. Rebound comes down to the Knights. Wallace gets a tip. Short and no good, and that'll be the end of the quarter. 21-10 is the end of the score after one. Coach, takes on the first quarter.
Stags, you got to be happy. You know, you got a lot of firepower sitting there on the bench. You know, I don't know, it's probably 30 points sitting there. They're both averaging mid-double figures on there. Plus the roles change. You know, Justin Gillen starting. I know he plays a lot. I don't know if he's started yet this year. Some of the other guys. So, yeah, things are a little bit different.
Let me ask you this. So you obviously this is a young basketball team. We talked about that at the beginning as far as experience. Now, the fact that we're forced because of injuries or sickness to be able to play different guys, that's got to help us to get to in the postseason. Obviously, we want to get in a routine as we get to postseason play, but giving these guys quality minutes can't hurt.
I think there's so much emphasis on that in terms of are you a starter, you're coming off the bench, and we get locked into that. What Mike Jones wants them to become is just players. From starting great, from coming off the bench great, but I'm just going to go out and play, you know? Because certainly there's a lot of talent here, and, you know, Warriors out of the line. It's not who starts, it's who finishes. You know, show them, you know, make it hard for coach to take you off the floor.
Well, and I think, you know, and I know sport that I coach is baseball. The more depth you can have, the better you're going to be, because it's amazing what happens in a playoff run, and somebody gets hurt, somebody gets sick, somebody gets in foul trouble.
The coach of the Eagles said it's funny how sometimes a backer can play a really big role.
Yeah. Tull dribbles. Good pass inside to McCoy. McCoy, the freshman,
missed the chip.
Misses it. Dickinson comes down the rebound. Richmond over to Koldnick. To Gielan. Gielan dribbles. Kicks back inside to Dickinson.
Nice
Dickinson puts it up off the glass, gets his own rebound, puts it up and gets a foul.
Stags having some tough luck, but the feed from the top, when it's there, is awesome because there's no weak side. There's no help. When you're on the wing, you feed it. The off wing come over and help, cause all sorts of problems. High, low, good seal by Hunter. He's just got to make the shot.
First shot in. So 22-10 is our score. Stags in the lead here by 12. This is the thing. We got a violation on Hunter.
I think he knew that was going to be short.
I think he thought he was in the NBA.
Great quickness. He showed great quickness in getting from the foul line to the rebound.
Either that or he knew exactly where he missed it.
He knew. Stags picking up man to man.
That's Jasper. He's also a freshman with the ball. Two freshmen on the Knights' seven-man rotation. Shot up, and we're going to get a foul on the rim or on who are they going to give it to? Devin Richmond gets the foul. That's his first.
The first problem was they split the double team. We went with the soft trap. All right. Tull got between them, got in, took a floater, but it was an air ball. And usually an air ball is the advantage to the offense.
We're checking in the game's number 4, senior Mark Anthony Fidalis. He'll check in for Devin Richmond. Second shot finds its way in.
Shooters roll. St. Mary's Riken up, a little diamond press. They're going to try and trap the ball in the corner.
Mark Anthony kicks it to Smith, to Gielan. Gielan dribbles.
We got to come up and be a receiver.
Got about 3 to cross just in time with 1. Well, it's out of bounds. It should be DeMatha ball. So 19 on the shot clock, 6:52 on the game clock here in the second quarter. 22-12, 10-point lead for the Stags. Dickinson to Gielan. Gielan in and out. Good look.
You got to check those rims. Hunter, another good look out. Justin wide open. Stags a little slow getting back.
Mark Anthony between his legs to Kolnick. No, Kolnick, no good.
Just a little quick.
Goes off out of bounds, and a late call, but it will be Stags basketball.
Josh Wallace coming back.
Me and you kid about it, but I'd like for us to actually get a home bounce every now and then. It's been a while.
Well, you're used to seeing some bounces. There's just been some weird ones there. A lot of spin outs.
Wallace jump stops, puts
Nice
it up,
job.
nice move.
Got there under control, didn't overcommit.
Well, he made a concerted effort to get it into the post first, and then
He was looking, and again, that's that feed from the wing. There was a lot of weak side help. That's where we got to swing the ball, or maybe that skip pass.
3-point jumper by Tang, no good. Rebound comes down to, came in the hands of Mark Anthony, never grabbed the ball, goes out of bounds, and it will be.
I think if it were an NFL game, it would have been ruled no catch. Didn't quite control it.
It's a very sore subject in Boston right now, I think.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh.
I think they should go with the rule like when growing up, you used to play touch football all the time, in the street, in the field, whatever like that. What would it have been then? You know, if you control the ball, it's a catch.
Well, the interesting part is if you lift into the commissioner of the NFL, that's one of the things he did address. Is we need to figure that out as now the whole NFL's landscape has now changed. Now the Eagles have won a Super Bowl, so could be an unbearable next 50 years of everybody's life.
Carson was surprised. The guy threw the ball right at him.
I think coach just wants somebody to grab the basketball right now.
It's the thought.
Gielan dribbles over to Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony goes baseline, puts it up, uses his
nice
body
move.
as a shield. Nicely done.
A veteran move. Used his back as a shield to hold him off, kissed it off the glass. I don't know if I've seen that one from Mark. 26-12, a little under 5.5 to go in the second quarter.
Mark Anthony's telling Coach Jones, remember me, I can make that play. And again, he goes, and probably not the best foul there. Gets caught behind tabs and puts the BC commit a chance to score 2 free throws here.
Don't foul a jump shooter.
So tabs goes the line. I've mentioned the BC commit.
And St. Mary's Riken also has Nick Fuller, who's playing at Virginia Tech right now.
Okay.
And Chris Green playing with Wheeling Jesuit. And Trayvon Graham, that goes back to, I think, maybe my last year coaching. He played at VCU. He's playing with the Charlotte Hornets now. He was a tough player.
They had that, and they had the kid that ended up at West Virginia, I remember, I think was in that
Flowers.
team. Yep, Flowers. Shot off the glass.
Nice move
Good
by
job by
Gielan.
Gielan. 28-13, Stags in the lead, 5:09 here. Second quarter action. Also, as we mentioned at halftime, we're going to try to get Matt Bickle on in the third quarter. We're going to have to give that segment a name.
Right.
A stand-up segment, maybe.
Yeah. Well, that'd be good because, you know, a lot like I saw Wendy's name up there. I'd love to get her on, but at halftime, she's busy. She's doing her best work, you know, taping an ankle or getting somebody ready to play.
Mark Anthony's shot, no good.
But Matt
She's
Bickle,
doing a lot more work this year with all these injuries.
Yeah.
Injuries and sicknesses.
Well, everybody talks about how, you know, all the hours the coaches put in, but the training staff, they're at every sport.
Yep.
You know, like I think tomorrow we have a big game against Gonzaga.
In
you
hockey,
know?
right?
So Coach Jones might give his day off, but Wendy and her staff, they have to be up there.
So the shot was blocked out of bounds, so it'll be DeMatha basketball. 4:32 remaining. There's 20 on the shot clock for Riken. Sumner with the basketball.
Little screen to
Two
screen
Tubbs.
in the middle of the lane there.
And we'll get a 3-second call.
They set the first screen, Eccles cut to the rim, and then he just never left.
Still not a highly seen call.
No. I think as long as you're moving, nobody really cares. But if you get in there and you forget what you're doing, then they're going to call it.
Dickinson,
Good
tough
look
move,
by
puts it
Jamel, a
up.
little high-low. Again, split of the trap. All right. Now, St. Mary's has done that a couple times, so we have to understand that and know that that might be the way they're going to move.
Of course, that was Tabs left alone again. Wallace with the basketball. Stags lead 30-17 here.
And Stags 4 round. Well,
Tough pass, but Hunter
we got to
also
see
was
the
not
weak side
ready for
help.
it, too.
There's not much going on there. Hunter's a lot of things, but I don't know if you want to throw to him on the move there, let him settle in. So if they're helping on the weak side, get it to the other side. 3:30 to go, 30-17.
Tabs puts up a rebound dunk by Leon Eccles, the senior. Little mini run here by Riken. 5-0
He's getting
run.
a lot of Division II looks.
Dickinson skip pass
Weight going
to
backwards.
Kolnick. No good. Rebound comes down to Tabs. Over in the window to Tull. Tull misses Wallace, puts it up off the glass. That's a 7-0 run. Wallace dribbles through the trap.
Just under
9-point
three.
Stags lead.
Little stagger. We're going to try and feed it to Hunter in the post.
Young, Melvin with the walk. So Richmond will check in the game for the Stags for Melvin.
Trying to make a move, but I think at this stage in Jamel's career, he's going to shoot that jump shot or he's going to pass it. Colin Provost watching the game. Colin, former manager. He's a longtime trainer up at Mount St. Mary's.
Shot no good. That was Eccles. Richmond came down with the rebound.
St. Mary's playing with a lot more energy now.
Young dribbles. We get a foul here. Coach Booth did not appreciate that call.
Well, Hunter and Eccles going at it pretty good. Certainly the advantage is going to go to the offense here. As long as Hunter doesn't push over his arms, he can do a lot with his rear end and his back.
Kolnick to Wallace. Wallace to Richmond. Henry to Dickinson puts it on the ground. No good. Goes out of bounds, and it will be the DeMatha basketball.
Good
Last
look.
touch by Aaron Japper, the freshman.
Hunter had it at point blank range. Just got to make it in front of the rim. A little bit of a flip.
The only thing I didn't like is he put the ball on the floor. That's the only thing kind of worried me there. Wallace to Young. To Richmond. 11 on the shot clock. Jump shot inside to Dickinson. Dickinson misses air ball.
Man, it seemed to go away from the basket. Nice
pass.
drop off.
2 points by Leon Eccles.
Tang got in the lane. Hunter came up to help. Drop off, uncontested layup.
Lead is now 7 by the Stags. 146. Young comes back for the basketball, uses Dickinson as a swing, get a foul here. 15, that's Kenny McCoy, the freshman, with the block.
Team fouls at 4 for both teams. Possession for DeMatha.
So that is McCoy's second. So it'll be 20 on the shot clock. 1:38 remaining here in the half. Stags lead by 7. 30-23. Kolnick looks to get Gielan in the post.
8 to go in the shot clock.
Dribbles, baseline, fall away jump shot.
Nice
good.
job. Stayed composed, got his feet underneath him, knocked it in. See if Stags can get a stop here. 32-23, minute 10.
Dribble, baseline, goes off the glass. Good.
Good penetration. A lot of Stags watching on that one.
Lewis Tang with the bucket.
Under a minute.
Young dribbles inside of Dixon, puts it on the floor again, gets away with it, puts it off the glass.
Don't like putting it on the floor, but he's going up really strong with a purpose. And I think one of the things Hunter sometimes does is finesses too much. He's a big, strong kid.
Three-point by Eccles, no good. Rebound comes down to Young. Young to Gielan. Gielan jump shot. In and out, Dickinson with the rebound. Kicks it back to Gielan, to Young.
Stags can get
Young
the last
follow-away
one.
shot. No good. Rebound comes down to Eccles. Eccles in the wing to Jasper. Jasper spins. Puts it up. And good. 14 seconds here. 34-27. Coach wants spacing here. Wallace to Dickinson. Dickinson to Young. Young's pull-up jump shot. No good. Pretty good look there at the end. Just got to convert it.
You could slowly see St. Mary's Riken gain confidence and pick up their energy level. The plays they weren't making early on, now they were cashing in. A lot of putbacks at the other end. Stags got to regroup, come out, better second half.
I think if you looked at it, it looked like DeMath had a chance to knock Riken out. Kind of played lethargical, and they were hitting all their shots, and next thing you know, a couple turnovers, couple runs, 7-0 run. And
you're up 16. If you get it to 20, you even hold it at 16, there's not much hope. Now 7 points, certainly doable, and they played better the last 4 minutes of the half.
Exactly. So we'll get to timeout. Coach's Corner coming up. Coach Revkin will be Coach Murphy's halftime guest here, so we'll come back here for the Coach's Corner.
All right, we are here at halftime with assistant AD Matt Revkin. Matt, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy.
All right, what did you think of the first half?
I thought we started out a little strong and slowed down a bit. I think Coach Jones is trying to get a whole bunch of guys involved because we're a little shorthanded tonight. So I expect them to pick up the pace in the second half.
Yeah, if there were any rough spots, you might think it might come early because we got a different starting lineup. That was fine. But
right.
As the half went on, we slowly let St. Mary's Riken back in the game. All right, so let's talk Matt Revkin. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Olney, Maryland. Actually, Brookville to be exact. I went to Sherwood High School, graduated 87, long time ago. So, yeah, I'm an Olney boy.
Okay. All right, it's much nicer up there now since you've left. But anyhow, so tell me about how'd you get hooked up with DeMatha?
Well, I was in a phase where I was looking for a job and very involved in the hockey community. And Coach McCauley had been running a hockey camp. So basically I was looking for just things to fill my mind without sitting around wondering where I was going to get a job. So I worked at his camp for free. And, just kind of helped him out. And one day he's like, I'm going pro, and I need you to take over. And I had to obviously go through the interview process. But my business background was something they were very interested in as well. It wasn't just hockey.
Well, I think what attracted the Trinitarians, and was Dan the principal then?
Yes.
And attracted Dan was when Tony said he worked for free. You're coming to work here at DeMatha. You're not going to make a lot of money. He said, that's our guy.
Exactly.
So you come in. You're the hockey coach. right?
Yes.
And then as that goes on, Tony comes back. You get kicked upstairs. You're assistant AD.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
what's that like? What are your responsibilities there?
It went from just overlooking one program to overlooking 14 programs. So it's a lot more fun for me. I can be involved like here for basketball, football, where I do game day operations. I've just taken on more and more and more as we go. Running 2 websites, running a private hockey league, also doing transportation, and still teaching 6 classes.
I know a lot of people are looking at you right now saying, well, I didn't know he was that tall. There's a fallacy that TV adds 10 pounds. It's actually 10 inches.
Yes.
That's why.
Yes, absolutely. I am actually, believe it or not, smaller or shorter, I should say, than Neil Murphy.
All right. So let's talk about what happened a couple years ago. You go to an AD's meeting. Play On Sports is there, which helps with our broadcast. What transpired then?
Play On Sports was pitching to the league that they wanted to cover all of our championship events. On the way home from that meeting, I looked at Ed King and I was like, you know what? We're DeMatha. Everyone wants to watch us, so why not try to do this class in our school? And we have a lot of great broadcasters that have come through DeMatha, so it was kind of a natural fit for us. So.
And at that point, your background in this type of activity was what?
Zero.
And you said, hey, something to do. So what year was that?
It was 4 years ago. So it was about 4.5 years ago, 2014.
Okay, so 2014. And you decide we're going to do the games. And with that, we created a class.
That's
Video
correct.
broadcasting class. Talk about that.
It's video broadcast journalism. And basically the kids are learning not only how to be a good broadcast journalist, but they do all the background work. They do the computer, they run the cameras. For the JV and freshman game, we have Bryce Carter and Sean Lehman has done all of the play-by-play all year, and they just constantly getting on camera and getting experience in front of the camera and the behind-the-scenes work.
Yeah, other than the announcers for varsity games, whether it be football or basketball or generally adults, everything's done by the students.
Yes, right? We're the only school, to my knowledge, that does that in the DMV.
Mm-hmm. And that first year, that first class, how many did you have in the class?
We had 7, and we've grown today to 50.
Well, we've got 2 classes now.
Yes.
And Corey Puffett helps you with that.
Yes.
He's a big help. And then we've also got some guys in the industry. Sean O'Connor, who does the broadcast with me, he brings his expertise and helps
Absolutely.
with our broadcast. We also have Andre Jones, a DeMatha alum, who's
Yes.
been in the sports video business for years, doing some stuff on his own. So that's been a big help.
The other thing that Andre Jones does is he's been bringing guests through. We had Shamari Stone.
I was going to bring talk
Okay.
about some of the guests that we've had.
We've had Shamari Stone. We had Joe Yasharoff. Both of them were here this year. Just outstanding guests. Joe's a professor at Maryland, so kind of gave the students an idea of, A, what class he teaches over there, and B, what they could do as far as their path to get up into the Andre Joneses of the world.
Right, and we've also had, I know, Glenn Consor, the Wizard, has come by.
That's right. In last year we had Glenn Consor and we had Johnny Holiday.
Right.
And we had with Shamari Stone was his photographer. Brooks is his first name. I forget his last name, but he's an Emmy Award winner, so that was cool. He brought his Emmy by. So these guys give us real life stories about what they did, how they got to where they are, and gives the kids kind of some idea of how to get where they are.
And the one thing I've gotten for anybody I've talked to is that they're amazed at what we have for the students, the real life experience that they get, because it wasn't there for them when they first started out.
Exactly.
Many of them just kind of lucked into it, got an internship, this
right.
and that, but they didn't have it. They certainly didn't have it as a high school student.
Absolutely. And another cool thing the class does is called a DM Stag Report.
We'll talk about that a little bit.
Okay, they basically they go on screen and they do the research of the stories. The stories we're trying to have them do pertain all to DeMatha. So, like upcoming events, sporting events, academic events, special things that are going on around the school, and give like a little background on a teacher or two, just so they can give some of the alum an opportunity to maybe reminisce from the past, as well as giving them great on-camera presence.
Now, besides the basketball and the football, I think most people know about, what are some of the other events we do?
Well, tomorrow night we're actually going to do the hockey game, and we do probably 2 or 3 hockey games a year. Tomorrow night's tomorrow day, I guess it's 4 o'clock.
Right.
First Gonzaga at Laurel. We'll have that for you here on the DeMatha TV network.
Right.
We also do signing day every year.
That's coming up when?
That's tomorrow.
So
that's going to be
two big events.
Two big events. We're at 1:30. I think we're going to kick that off, and we'll have students doing all of the background work, and including interviews with the signees and the coaches of the signees throughout the program.
All right, and we also, many of the big, like St. John DeMatha Day, if we have special masses, we broadcast
Absolutely.
those. So
Any
it's
mass.
more than just what people see at the basketball game.
Absolutely. We do all of the masses that we have here at DeMatha, Academic Awards Night, Baccalaureate Mass. We really try to do anything and everything that someone has expressed an interest to broadcast or that we feel is very necessary to show people that we're more than just sports.
Well, and I think it's a win-win. Not only do our guys get great experience, but so often people only know about basketball and football. And we always say, can we get you to the campus and see what beautiful campus we have? Well, we can't actually get here. Maybe you can see it through the eyes of our camera.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Now, before I let you go, all right, I started to ask you how many years you're married. You kind of stuttered, but your wife's name is?
Susie.
Susie, and you also have a daughter.
Yes, and her name's Lexi, or
right,
Alexis.
And Lexi is an athlete. She plays?
She plays at University of New Hampshire. She's an ice hockey player.
She's a hockey player.
And she's a sophomore there.
Okay. Well, that's great. Matt,
yes.
This is fantastic. Hopefully we'll have a better second half, but it's great having you on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Sure. All right, we're back, 34-27.
Second half action here. Great interview.
That was good. I just never knew he was so tall. Well, we kidded about that, and he got up there and said, well, if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it.
Wallace in the wing, dribbles, puts it up. No good.
Good shot. We just got to make shots, you know. Sometimes it's that simple.
Shot no good. Rebound puts up by Alfred Good. 34-29. As we come back.
All right, joining us up here, new feature we have, Matt Bickle, director of our pep band.
What's up, guys?
Hey, how are you?
How you doing? Now, we did this last game, and we were struggling like this, and Lucas Farmer came on, and we went from being up like 5 points to being up 15 points.
Yes, let's do the same thing. Let's do the same thing.
There you go.
Call and answer 37-29. So, Coach Bickle, obviously the pep band's a big part of the broadcast. We mention it every time we go to. But explain a little bit about the pep band, and obviously it's a tradition from Jim Roper starting it, but explain a little bit about that.
Sure. Actually, the pep band is how DeMatha got a music program. Morgan Boot and John Moylan wanted a band to play for the basketball games, halftime, Star Spangled Banner. So started with John Mitchell back in 1970, then Roper, and now me. What we do is we just try to get the audience pumped up and get the team pumped up. One of my favorite things to do is I like to ask Coach Jones if there's any specific song that he'd like us to play, and if there's any song the team would like that might help motivate them. And so that's what we try to do, is just try to help pump them up.
Well, I've heard some of Coach Jones's music. I'd be real surprised if you guys could do that. But who knows? Who knows?
Well, you know, this is a true story. Coach Jones wants us to play Miley Cyrus' Party in the USA. Every year he asks for it. So he's got a diverse collection.
If you see him walking around the building, sometimes he's humming that song. He loves that tune, you know. It just gets in his head. It's one of those things.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Now, Matt, the big question is, if this interview goes well, Do you see yourself following your brother's footsteps?
Oh yeah, I'm hoping. I'm hoping to get a lot of hits on Twitter,
Yeah.
Instagram. I don't even have Instagram.
Matt's
But
brother
man,
Eric is a
follow his
longtime
footsteps.
member of the Sports Junkies, or they're just the Junkies now, with another DeMatha grad, Jason Bishop.
That's right.
So what year did you graduate from DeMatha?
I graduated in '95. I came here to be a baller. Thought I was going to be the next Bobby Hurley, like everyone else that comes to DeMatha. Got cut freshman year.
Now, who was the freshman coach then?
Tom Burke.
Oh, man could not
He
recognize
didn't
talent.
know. He couldn't recognize talent. That's
With-
exactly right.
Winston Tab with the bucket cuts it to a 4-point
This game's
lead
getting
here.
close, fellas.
Yeah. If only the pep band gives a little energy.
That's right. There it is.
Young
There you go.
4-3 knocks it down.
It's in rhythm.
That's
When
what it
they're
is.
in rhythm, when there's a flow, they make them.
No question about it. 40-33.
Is that what happened, freshman tryouts? You weren't in rhythm?
Yeah, they didn't know what they were looking at. I mean,
So you graduate here.
yeah.
Where do you go to school?
Dunked by Junior Young.
So I did my undergrad at the Eastman School of Music. It's a music conservatory in Rochester, New York. Then I stuck around for a year and got a performance degree with this brass quintet. Played around the East Coast, Midwest with this brass quintet. Did our masters at the University of Maryland.
Keep talking.
Yeah, well, when I was done with Maryland, I was what they call a freelance musician, so I was just taking whatever gig I could get, teaching private lessons and whatnot, and then I thought about teaching, so I went and started teaching at Kenmore Middle School. I was there for 4 years. During that time, I won a job with the United States Air Force Band. Thought I might go in that direction. Got an opportunity to come back and teach here at DeMatha, and the music program made such an impact on me when I was here as a student. I was like, man, I got to take this up. So been here ever since.
Now, where did you grow up as a kid? Where'd you go to school
I
as a
grew up
kid?
in South Bowie,
Okay.
Corner Ridge,
Okay.
Corner Ridge Drive.
Okay.
So how many years you been here?
It's 12.
Oh, that's it. You're just
Yeah,
a
is that
rookie.
like a third of what you've been here?
Pretty close, buddy. Pretty close. Now, I didn't have you for math, did I?
You doing what?
I didn't have you for math. Good.
I believe
Okay.
when I was here, you were teaching typing.
I might have been teaching computer survey. Yeah, in the early 90s when we went from the Alpha Micro mini computer to some desktop 386s with monochrome monitors. Yep.
I don't even know what
Computer
you're saying.
survey. That was it. That was it. We had the Dell computers. All right. So what do you think the Stags need to do here?
I don't know, man. I want to get your opinion
No
here.
wonder you got cut. Jeez.
Ball stolen by Wallace. Wallace will dribble up.
What happened to, or maybe I shouldn't ask, but they're playing different people today.
Well, we got a couple in street clothes. I know Justin Moore's been sick. I think Earl, same thing, battling the flu. You know, it's like your kids at home. Once one gets sick, you know the others are going to get sick.
Yeah.
Colney inside of
Nice
Dixon.
look.
Spins, puts it up off the glass, gets to score the bucket.
That's exactly what you would have told him to do, right?
Exactly. See, he could be big time. He's only a sophomore.
Only
He's
a sophomore. He actually came here for the band.
What's that?
He actually came here for the band.
Of course. Plays flute.
I'm thinking. I was thinking too, but
But you know, true story. Ari Kwanjo actually played flute
really,
in elementary school, and I talked to him his senior year. He's like, man, I always wanted to play flute. Can you imagine having him play flute in the DeMatha band? That would have been amazing.
Coach McGregor, it's halftime. I'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah. Exactly.
Shot no good.
Good
Rebound
box out
comes
by
out
Hunter.
of Dickinson.
Stags on the break again.
Young will cross the timeline. 4 minutes here, 45-33. 12-point Stag lead. Tough pass. Ball
Good
stolen
look,
by Tabs.
edge pass.
Over on the wing, puts it up off the glass, score the bucket from Michael Sumner for Riken. And we're talking to Matt Bickle as we are breaking the third quarter. We haven't come up with a segment for that. We got to work on that. Maybe Facebook can help us. We have the coach's corner at halftime. Ball stolen by Eccles here. Tabs back to Eccles. Eccles puts it up off the glass.
Stags slow to change ends. Karsten was able to get back. A couple Stags still hanging out at half court. Coach Jones can't.
And we'll get a foul here. So, Coach Bickle, the music program takes a trip every year. They go on their spring trip. Where's the spring trip for the band this year? Where's the spring trip for the band this year?
This year we're going to Tennessee, Pigeon Forge, I guess Dollywood.
Okay.
Oh.
they did that like 25 years ago, but we haven't been since then. I'm not even sure if the kids know who Dolly Parton is, but
Good point.
It's a lot. That's a long bus ride. I will tell you that.
They can Google it, right?
yeah. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. That'll be here before you know it.
It's always a big day at school for those of us that are left behind.
Yeah, left behind, right?
Wallace dribbles to Gielan. Gielan inside. Good catch by Smith. Spins. I think he might have changed the pivot foot there.
Good move, then lost its balance, just flew it up. Did the first part really good. But again, it's got to be a score or a foul. You're in that deep.
Tabs off the glass. Good move.
Tabs are a nice runner off the glass.
The Knights aren't going away, Coach. They are
Gotta go
sticking
get the band ready, folks.
Yes, we
Kids
need
gotta
to
play.
get it up. Matt,
Appreciate
thank you
This
very
is
much.
Great. Thanks for stopping by. All right, hey, get the band fired up, huh?
That's a sign when we're not making defense and the band director says, I got to go get them fired up. Kolnick puts it up, knocks it down on cue. The band gets fired up and we score here.
The band was just thinking about getting fired
They're
up.
just walking down and it caused us to hit a three-point play. That's interesting. That's an interesting story I did not know about the band program, was that Morgan was instrumental because he wanted somebody to play.
Well, if you go backwards in any story here at DeMatha, all right,
Two people.
Morgan and John Mullen are at the beginning.
Yes.
You know?
I've always said that I know it was neat when they had Father Lou Amico, when they did a video of him. It would be fantastic to get the story of John Morgan.
Well,
Might have
actually,
to edit a couple of them, but
we did that. We had a faculty retreat once, and we had Tony Photos, Morgan, John Mullen, Lou Amico.
a three in the corner.
In the corner.
Makes it a
5-point game, 2
game.
minutes to go. But they basically just told stories about the early days. It was phenomenal. The faculty was mesmerized.
Richmond dribbles. Good pass inside. Tough catch by Smith. Goes down. Picked up by Riken.
And that's
5-point lead.
lack of
Chance to make it
experience.
2. In and out. Ball on the floor. Puts it up off the glass. 3-point lead by the Stags. 47-44. 1:32 remaining. Wallace dribbles.
They're running the guy at him.
Holding now. Baseline. Jump shot. Good.
Koganek off the
That's a
dribble. Nice
big-
little move to a 15-footer.
Big calming shot right there.
Well, I mean, you look out on the floor, maybe Justin Gillen from last year, but certainly Carson's the one with the most experience. He started almost every game this year. Tabs, tough,
Tabs.
step back.
No good. Finally got a bounce on our rim.
Under a minute to go, 49-44. Stags up 5.
Carson comes to the ball, goes in the lane.
Wow.
He's asserting himself right now. Make that 51-44. Stags in the lead. Tabs dribbles, kicks in the wing to Alfred. Goes up and under. Smith comes down, almost loses it to Tabs, but instead gives it to Wallace.
20 seconds to go. Stags can finish out the quarter if they want it.
So shot clock is
Up
off.
7.
Wallace dribbles, almost off his foot. Now gives it to Gielan. Gielan will dribble. We're at 10.
Coming up to 10.
Dribbles 7. Through his legs again. We're at 5. Spins 3. Inside to Wallace. Puts it up off the glass. Out of bounds. It will be
0.6 to go.
DeMatha ball. Don't think Coach Jones will use one of his timeouts for the .6 play. But I do think it's going to be my bet is a toss to Dickinson up for a tap. That's going to be my bet.
Got time for a tip. A lot of pushing going on underneath. That's right. Get your hands straight up in the air.
Time for a catch. No good.
Good look. Hunter drew a big crowd. And Carson got a pretty good look. Maybe a little bit too quick.
I think they listened to our broadcast of what's going to happen. So the end of 3, 51-44. Stags in the lead. Another tough quarter. Riken stayed right with us that quarter. I mean, at one point, they cut the lead to as low as 2. And a big three-pointer comeback by Carson Kolnick to cut the lead, bring it back to 5. But resilient the Stags were, but saw some different scoring options.
Right. Carson Coconut made a couple of nice plays, but certainly you don't think there's anybody on the St. Mary's bench that doesn't think they can play with us, right?
Yeah, I think the whole "you're going to get run out of the gym" conversation is gone away, and you're now in a drag fight, and you say that, and I think one of the things is sports are such a mental thing. And you look at different things in different situations, and people talk about, well, it's hard to beat somebody 3 times and all that. It's hard to beat somebody 3 times when it's 3 close games.
Right, 3 even teams.
3 even teams. But when you get a situation like this, and like I said, at one point you can see Riken starting to have this, and the tough part about it is these 2 teams match up with each other on Saturday,
right,
in their spot, which is traditionally hard for us to play down at. And now you got a team with confidence. Either way, it's going to be a long 8 minutes, and then hopefully we're able to hang on here.
Stags man-to-man.
So Jasper with the basketball. Tries to give it to Tully. Now he does. Tully uses McCoy as a screen. Kicks it, throws it out of bounds, and it will be DeMatha basketball.
Stags catch a break. Evidently, some of our viewers a little upset we didn't mention the wind ensemble.
Well, we could do the wind ensemble. We can get Mr. Roper here.
I mean, you get a band guy up here and you give him a mic, how much can we do?
That sounds like a coach's corner type interview. Tough bounce. Dickinson with a
Good
great
job
move.
by Hunter. Grabbed it on one side, reversed it on the other side. Oh, it was Kevin Patrick. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Former faculty member, Kevin Patrick.
Dribbles baseline, puts it up.
Nice move by Tank. Stags really slow on the help. There's no way he can take it from the three-point line on the wing, get all the way to the rim.
53-46. Under 7 here, 4th quarter. Inside Melvin. Didn't know where he was, I think, when he caught the ball. Tang loses the ball, gets stolen. Dickinson goes, and got to get a foul there. There's less contact in wrestling than there was on that one.
Well, Hunter was out there, went for the steal.
It was the
clothesline.
clothesline.
He realized he didn't get the steal. He said, well, I'm going to make that ref blow the whistle. 53-46, 6:40 to go. Xavier Mabry in the game.
Tall passes. Puts it up off the glass. Rebound comes down, as you mentioned, to Mabry. Kolnick 4-3.
Great job by Young. If we can get in the lane, right where it says WCAC, one or two things are going to happen. No help comes, we knock down the baby jumper. Help comes, we kick it out to the open player.
So it makes the lead 10, 56-46. Timeout Riken. It's a full timeout. 6:13 remaining here.
I really thought Bickle would have more of an effect on the score. We got a quick bucket, but then we started to fade.
Well, if he would have talked more, he would have. Every time he seemed to talk, the score happened. So.
Well, he's a music guy,
Yes.
When you're conducting a group like this, you don't get to talk too often.
I think he's a little worried because the band was all over the building at the time. He was worried where they were going. He wanted to make sure.
He was worried if they were going to come back.
Exactly. So now the question is he brought up on a broadcast that, are we going to hear Party in the USA? Is that what he's trying to say? I mean, I don't know if that meant he really was, or
I think
he was saying he
Jones,
couldn't play it, or
this being the primary event that they play at, home basketball games, you got to at least try it, right? Stags staying man to man. A lot of ball screens out top.
Inside, good catch. Puts a bucket up by Eccles. Nice catch by him. 8-point lead by the Stags. Just under 6. Young dribbles. Kolnick goes in the baseline. Mabry over in the wing to Young. Jump shot, a lot of contact, no call.
Wow.
Dixon with the rebound puts it up.
It's nice to be tall. Young, nice move, kind of lost his legs, threw up a prayer. Hunter was able to clean it up. Got a lot of high ball screens. We got to fight through. We got to talk.
Shot up, count the bucket.
Nice move by Tabs. Very controlled when he gets to the rim. All right. Uses his body well. Kisses it off the glass.
And that's a bad foul by Tabs. A little frustration. That's only the first
14
tab, though.
foul, right?
14 foul,
fouls,
yes.
2 on DeMatha.
For 1 personal on Tabs.
Yeah.
That's what I was mentioning. Gielan was coming off a screen. Wallace decided not to give it to him. Gielan again flashes back door.
A lot of
Again, a lot
dribbling
of
out
dribble.
top.
Dickinson now shows the screen, kicks to Gielan. Over to Carson. Carson for 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Tull. Tull dribbles for the Knights, goes baseline. Inside, good catch by Alfred. Puts it up, scored the bucket.
Nice finish.
6-point lead. Knights are not going away. Young spins to Wallace. Has some numbers over in the corner to Gielan. Gielan for 3, big 3.
Nice job.
Over in the wing. For Tang. Comes right back for 3. And we'll have a
Delayed game warning. Stags trying to get the ball out of bounds. Eccles kind of hung on to it a little bit, kept Carson from jumping out of bounds. Carson did the right thing, brought it to the officials' attempt. Just a warning now, but it keeps him from doing it again, or if he does it again, it's a technical.
Is that a team technical or personal technical if it happens?
I think it's a team, because I think it's a team warning.
Okay. Just under 4, so halfway here. 4th quarter. Stags lead by 6. Gielan spins, jump shot, the ball stolen by Tabs. Good hands. Has numbers. Goes right at Kolnick. That's got to be a charge.
Wow.
Great position.
You can debate it, whether he was there or not, but the thing was, he made the play to get there. He made the referee blow the whistle. If he gives up on the play, there's no call. Great job by Carson. Got in front, fell straight back. Those are the things you look for. Stags looking to go inside, getting a little physical inside.
Kolnick for a deep 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Tull. Tull inside,
Great
good
job.
hands. Young
Stags
flashes.
on the break.
Goes right at the rim, puts it up off the left hand, score the bucket. Jameer Young for 2 there. Looks like we got some blood.
3 minutes to go. I would imagine training staff will get him fixed up and get him right back in. Stags up 8, 3:07 to go.
Obviously, if the blood's on the uniform, we got to put a whole new uniform on him. Tabs dribbles.
Tabs really looking to serve himself now.
Jump shot top.
Tough shot.
Rebound comes down to Richmond. Gives it over to Wallace. 2:49. Stags lead by 8. Big possession here. Gielan uses Dickinson as a screen. Flashes, great pass inside.
Great
Nice job.
job.
10-point lead.
Big bucket by the Stags. Need to stop now.
Alfred 4-3, in and out. Rebound comes down to Richmond.
Stags got lucky there.
To Young. Young into Dickinson. Great catch, puts it up.
Nice
That's
job.
too easy. And a timeout for Riken. 2 possessions, 4 points, makes it a 12-point DeMatha lead.
It's been kind of an up and down night for the Stags, but 2 great possessions there in terms of score inside. We get the big guy shooting in point blank range. We got to be in pretty good shape.
Give Hunter a lot of credit there for getting down, and then obviously for rewarding the big man for being in the post and giving him a great entry pass that really was undefendable. Sealed off his man.
Hunter does an actually pretty good job of changing ends on the offensive end. He knows he can beat this guy down the floor, or worst case, the guy runs with him, but he's not really ready to block him out, to fight for position. He's just kind of there. I think what Coach Jones has said is when he doesn't change ends the other way.
Yeah.
You know, and Lord knows we need him a rebound. You look back at this game, and certainly St. Mary's Riken has had more than their share of offensive rebounds. They miss a chippy, they're able to knock the next one in.
Well, you look at his strength, and obviously you can only project how much stronger he's going to get in the next 2 years. But you look at his skill set as he came in as a freshman, and what he's gotten stronger and stronger. The upside for him in 2 years is unbelievable.
He's very advanced, right? He's in control of his body. You know, not many big sophomores in high school are. The next level for him would be that explosiveness, you know, where he's impossible to stop. Stags a little confusion on who they're guarding.
Karsten now
right to Tabs, a little high ball screen.
Has returned to the bench. He's been scraped up as Tabs goes right by Gielan, gets him on his back and gets a foul. Chance to make this a 9-point game, cuts it to 10.
Certainly you look at St. Mary's Riken and their lineup, you say if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be started by this guy Tabs. So we have to keep him from getting the rim. If he makes them jump shots, good, but we can't let him get the layup, and not with an easy gimme 3-point play.
Tabs knocks down the 3-point play, as Coach mentioned.
Stags on the
Richmond
baseline.
to Wallace.
We're going to try and trap the ball, make sure we don't leave him.
Wallace puts himself in a bad spot here. Over to Gielan. Gielan over, and we get a timeout by Coach Jones. And a good timeout because Lewis Tang came up with the basketball there in the corner.
Good timeout for Coach Jones. We were in trouble several times in that possession. They were trapping in the backcourt. We just get it over to Gielan in the spot where you draw it up, where you don't want to be trapped, just over where the sideline and backcourt act as extra defenders.
So we have a 9-point DeMatha lead, 147 to reset. The fouls in this situation are 5 for St. Mary's Riken, 3 for DeMatha.
So if I'm St. Mary's Riken, I got nothing to lose. I'm coming out and going to be aggressive. The next foul is just going to be possession, right? 20 seconds on the shot clock. We don't have to take all 20, but certainly we don't want to get off a quick shot. We want to milk the possession, make them foul us.
My bet is we want to make sure Hunter at least touches the ball once. A lot of dribbling.
10 on the shot clock. Let's start
There's
to attack.
Hunter. Touches it. Skip pass to Gielan. Gielan 4-3, in and out. Rebound comes down to Eccles.
Ooh.
21, that's Tang. He puts it up off the glass. 7-point lead for the Stags, 120. Young breaks the pressure easily to Gielan. Smart move. Reset the offense, kill some time here.
7-point game.
If I'm Riken, I think I got to give a foul here.
Yeah, I think you got nothing to lose. Go for the ball. If they blow the whistle, no problem. Possession. If they don't blow it, maybe get a steal. High ball screen coming.
10 on the shot clock. Wallace dribbles, 5. Dickinson, skip past to Gielan, 2. And we'll get a violation here. You know, obviously probably not what Coach Jones wanted, but to kill 30 seconds off the time in this. Time is definitely the best friend of the Stags right now.
Yeah, and I think that's where certainly you miss a guy like Earl Timberlake or Justin Moore, who might be the guy to create the shot in that situation, where Justin Gielan might be the guy who would get the open shot if they double team.
And we'll get a foul on Karsten. Comes right in the game.
No harm, right?
That
14th foul, possession, 44 seconds to go, up 7.
That is only Koenig's first foul.
And I think if I'm the Stags, I want to keep that in mind, right? As long as I'm not fouling the active shooting, they can take the ball out of bounds. So if I start to get beat off the dribble, I'm going for a steal.
Tabs 4-3 comes around the screen. No good. Rebound comes out to Dixon. Good rebound.
You got to be a receiver now. Come to the ball.
Wallace dribbles. Out of bounds. Oh, that hit somebody's foot.
Wow.
How did he miss that?
All part of the game. You can't be happy about it, but all part of the game.
4:29. Tabs jump shot, no good. Rebound comes to Koenig. I'm sorry, to Dickinson. Young will go, get a foul. 16 seconds
Possession,
remaining.
side out again. 16 seconds, no shot clock, obviously.
Not quite sure how that wasn't a thing or a turnover. But
again, we have to be coming towards the ball, be a good receiver.
ball goes out of bounds, ball
Wow.
stolen. Great play. Tank for 3. Wow.
Knocks it down, timeout.
So it cuts it to a 4-point game. The other Coach O'Connor, I see, just checked in.
Right. One of my all-time favorite basketball players, Jamie O'Connor. Enjoyed every bit of the 3 days he was there for tryouts.
3 memorable days.
Yep, it just seemed longer. All right, so Stags ball on the baseline. The big thing is we need to be coming towards the ball. Certainly going to put a lot of pressure. They've got nothing to lose by foul. Want to make sure we don't push off, but we're coming to the ball. Maybe if we get overplayed, we throw it over the top. But we catch the ball, we don't even have to cross half court. They're going to foul us. So we can walk to the other end and knock down our foul shots.
So let's reset the score here. It's 67-63. Stags have a 4-point lead, 9.8 remaining here, fourth quarter. Riken has 16 fouls. DeMatha has 4.
Now, we don't have the information up here, but hopefully we know Coach Jones went over, hey, how many timeouts do we have? I'm sure DeMatha has most of theirs. Whether or not St. Mary's Riken has any left.
Going against Gielan,
Nice
great job. And we'll get a foul here. That'll be on Tabs.
That's what they call anticipating the foul. Our man Lenny is the referee who missed the out-of-bounds call here. He's right on the play, doesn't blow his whistle. Yeah, this other guy, he was trying to foul him, but he got all there.
Gielan hits the first free throw, makes it a 5-point game, 6.8. Big free throw here.
Again, we only have 14 fouls. We're in good shape. If we're going to use one, let's use it early, not in the active shooting.
Tabs
Coach
for
Jones says,
3.
no, just let him shoot.
No good, and the Stags escape. 69-63, DeMatha defeats St. Mary's Riken. Coach, victory is a victory, but it was.
That's right, and we have a different lineup, and hopefully everybody gets better. We got a lot of playing time for some good guys. Mark Anthony Fidelis played well in the first half. We're getting time for Jamel Melvin and Paul Smith, but I think it's also we need to focus on the little things. And certainly Coach Jones will have things to go over in practice. I would imagine he'll practice tomorrow because we come back, we got McNamara on Thursday. And don't you think St. Mary's Riken is already dreaming about us going down to St. Mary's County on Saturday night?
Yeah, the crowd will be pretty interesting on Saturday night down at St. Mary's College for that game. And that's a switch. That game should have been here. It was a flip-flop game. And because they came
our
here.
Our home game got snowed out. Actually, if I'm the coach of St. Mary's Riken, I'm calling up saying, The college can't have us. You have to play at our little gym.
No, that's okay. We have a gym. You can play up here.
Yeah.
69-63 is our final score. Want to thank everybody that joined us today. Matt Bickle, Matt Refkin, our halftime guest. For Coach Murphy, I'm Sean O'Connor. Tomorrow, signing day, 2:15. You'll be able to get that on the Nematha Network. And then, of course, at 4 o'clock, I believe, is the Nematha Hockey will be airing at the Ice House. You'll be able to get that. A huge Maryland public school or Maryland private school, Mid-Atlantic private school league game in that. So 69-63 our final score. Until Thursday night, thanks all, and good night.